truthfully, do you guys actually believe in racism?
What'd you just ask me?
Do you guys believe in racism?
What do you mean believe in it? Like,
No, I'm asking you guys. Do you guys believe that race, in the sense where?
These topics.
Hold on. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys believe that humans?
My mind is like transgender, racism. I don't even know how to think right now.
Well, we finished that topic. My question for you guys is: do you guys believe that racism exists in the sense where, if are humans just biologically hardwired to constantly suppress individuals?
I don't think it's biological. I think it's societal.
The shit has happened, and it's
Yeah.
happening.
I think everybody's low-key racist.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say is that do you believe, like what she said, do you believe that everyone's just racist? And do you believe that it's just biologically hardwired into us?
Maybe
I'm
like
trying
what
my
you said,
hardest not
It's
to
not
say
biological.
things that, like,
Yeah.
But then I guess with like, you know, more and more people being created, yeah, then biologically it's kind of programmed in you, but it doesn't start that way.
I think it's not. I don't think racism is the correct word to use. I think it's tribalism, because here's the
Sure,
si-
you had the answer.
because here's the thing though. If you actually look at like different cultures, let's say what culture do you come from?
I'm Punjabi.
Okay, so within the Punjabi culture, you have caste systems that
Yeah.
basically suppress people, which are your own people.
Yeah.
So it's basically kind of like in the sense where, like, if I give you guys a scenario, imagine there's kids on a playground and then there's kids on the sandbox, and the kids on the playground are like, hey, you guys can't come on the playground. That's the first stage of being like racist. The second stage is the kids on the playground are now saying, hey, you're too short or you don't belong here, whatever it is. That's the second stage. Because that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is that originally it was the original people on the jungle gym, right, on the playground, and now all of a sudden they're suppressing their own people.
Would that not be considered discrimination instead of racism?
Well, that's what I'm
If
trying
it's
to say.
their
It's
own people
that's what I'm trying to say. It's more tribalism because people like to kind of like segregate certain people even within their own
Is
culture.
that also not dictatorship?
No, the dictatorship is more like.
Trying to rule like to become like the more superior.
I think that's where people. That's what I mean. I think that's where like humans in general are honestly constantly trying to suppress each other and trying to gain more power, even within their own culture, even within their own people, right?
Just people in general.
Like you ever
Just
ask
humans in general.
like you ever ask people like when you talk about certain things, like you'll be like, oh, never trust Italian people, even though they're Italian themselves,
Yeah.
or like or they'll be like, never trust like Punjabi people, even though they're Punjabi themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you ever
Is that
cause
considered racism, or is it just like
that's why I guys asked you guys, do you believe racism is
I think it's like
is real?
bias.
Do you guys believe racism is
Racism exists. I have nothing more to say than
That's
that.
an easy. That's like
Like,
an
I don't
easy-
even understand how this
that's
is
like
a
the easiest
question right
answer
now.
question
Yes.
ever.
but what I'm trying to say to you guys is that is it racism or is it tribalism? That's what I'm trying to
Racism and tribalism.
Yeah.
It's every
bigotry
blood clot
and
thing.
isms.
Okay, and that's what my question was, is like, you know, falling back on that is like, I also believe that to a certain degree, yes, racism is true. But can I ask you guys another question now? Do you guys believe minorities pull the racist card?
Some of them do.
It exists,
it's
so the
different.
card gets
Some of
pulled.
them do a lot. Like it's insane.
But do you guys believe in that though? Do you believe that
I do.
Like some people like
Definitely some
overuse
take
it.
advantage of
Yeah.
for sure. You can't say that some people don't, for sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away
What did
that
you
it
say?
exists.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying
My brain hurts.
I'm saying
question.
do people but I'm saying is do individuals use that card to take higher advantage
Yes.
in whatever they're doing?
I have a neighbor. I know she's stealing everybody's packages. Gosh. And she's black. And one of my other neighbors was cussing her out saying, I know you stole my package. And she tried to pull the black card. It's because I'm black. I damn near poked my head. I'm like, bitch, you know you stole them damn packages. Don't use our color.
Wow.
So yes, people for sure use the card when it's unwarranted.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, I agree with that. I would say that like people, especially like minorities, I would say definitely pull that racist card because, especially when they don't get their way, they're like, oh, the fucking white person didn't like me because it's,
Yeah.
they're racist,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It definitely happens.
People blame people for things sometimes.
So do you believe that most people just inherently don't want to take fault in anything they do?
Yes.
They rather blame other
100%.
individuals
A lot of people play the victim role.
A lot of people play victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in terms of like anything they want in life. They play.
Entitlement.
Entitlement? I don't know if that's entitlement. That's more so like.
Well, some people when they're always like, I'm not wrong, you're wrong. Like he thinks he's entitled that he's not wrong, and he's like, I'm right and you're wrong. So that's I think it's entitlement too.
This is
Like,
back
you
to
know?
the accountability word. Some people just don't want to
Yeah.
take accountability sometimes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it's easier to blame someone than to admit to yourself that
You're
are
wrong.
wrong. Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree with you on that because that's how most people are, right? It's
Yeah.
easier to blame others and look at yourself and like,
Yeah.
because self-reflection is very difficult,
Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Which is why self-pity is actually a very dangerous thing because
Yeah.
self-pity is like it's very addicting because you feel sorry for yourself, right?